Hello and welcome back to Whiskey and Cigars, episode 46, Trades, Part 2. Wow, we didn't even talk about synchronizing that up at all. We just did it because we're pretty much brothers. But, yeah, so this episode we're smoking the same thing as the previous episode, but we'll go over it again. We're both drinking Brisk.
Chillin' Moose.
Chillin' Moose, and I'm smoking the Bull Moose. But yeah, so the first episode we talked about what tools you should bring on the first, day of your being a trade. Now we're going to be talking about what to expect on your first day of being on a job site, working in your trade, and maybe have some stories thrown in there.
For sure.
But you can go first if you want.
So, on your first day, I don't know how it is in the union and that stuff,
It's
but
the same thing.
it's the same. Okay.
Yep.
Expect the lack of respect by your other tradesmen.
The only respect I ever got on my first day was, "Hi, nice to meet you."
I don't care who you are.
Pretty much. It was like...
Because you have to earn it.
See, he doesn't get respect because he never earned it.
Yeah. I still don't get respect. I've been doing it for 10 years. So... But... No, I'm just kidding. I do get respect. I get respected, but not as much as I should be.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
I'm the same way.
They don't act like it.
I'm a foreman.
Right.
And I don't get the respect that I probably should have, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. It's not like it's bad disrespect. It's just like, okay,
You're within the first week, you're gonna get a nickname.
Not me.
Well, in my union, we all got nicknames. Mine's Pastor John because they saw me reading my Bible in my truck.
The only reason is because I basically grew up with the people I work with. So
Me, I'm constantly going through different guys.
Right.
So I worked with a guy named Meat Locker.
Right.
So
I've known the one guy for as long as I've been born. So as long as I'm alive. So.
Well, yeah, you're residential. So it's mostly smaller companies,
right?
More tight-knit group,
right.
Guys. I'm in a union, so I'm rotating apprentices and, journeymen all the time. So it's two sides of the, I can't say that, the spectrum. But, yeah, so my first day working, I was at, so they first had me train at this glazing shop out in our town. That's no longer there, so I'm going to say what it is. Gamma North soon shut down. It was owned by the Chinese. And my first day, I pulled in. They didn't tell me where to park. Like my union rep, the guy who hired me, didn't tell me where to park. So I was waiting. So I go into the front office. I'm pressing, the ring button. I'm standing there. Then finally the janitor walks by and goes, "Oh, it's your first day?" I go, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, they don't really tell you where to go." He's like, "Don't worry, I'll tell them that you weren't late." So I was like 10 minutes late, but I was early.
Right.
So I went through orientation, all that stuff, but I don't know how it's for you, but they just threw me right into the mix.
Yeah, I didn't.
They handed me a drill and impact, and they're like, "All right, you started putting together window frames." And
I was 16 when I started, so I didn't. Just a laborer at that point.
Yeah, and then a week later, they're like, I worked there for about a month. Nobody taught me nothing, so I was trying the best of my abilities. And this guy named, I'm not going to say names, but this one guy came up to me. He's like, "Hey, did anybody teach you how to do this?" And I go, No, I've just been trying. He's like, "Well, you've been doing it pretty good, but, here's some pointers." And he took me under his wing. And that's how I know how, so I know how I know now. You don't get that a lot, so I was blessed into that aspect because... Especially in the union, it's either fight or die. You got to fight to learn. And it's sad because, there's that whole mindset of like, "Oh, you're going to take my job if I teach you," which is stupid, Just do your job.
But they can't get fired anyway. They can get laid off.
But if you get laid off from every glazing company in Western New York, you're not going to get hired anyway. That's what happened to the guy, one of the apprentices I had.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. His wife, his daughter, no, his girlfriend had a kid, and he left, and he didn't text me or the foreman at the time back.
I know who you're talking about.
And then he showed up last week, Wednesday. I'm like, dude, you don't work here anymore. It's been a month, and you haven't texted or called any of us back. Like, do you still think you have a job here? And every other place is, because it's wintertime, so every other place is laying the people off. But yeah, it's just, I mean, yeah, it's nice because the union will get you a job, but if you burn every bridge and every shop or every glazing contracting company, they're not going to give you a friggin' job anywhere.
Right.
You're going to have to change fields.
Yeah. Getting fired's not as nice, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And in the non-union aspect of it, because I've seen people show up an hour late, no text, and they'd be like, put the check in his tool belt, and he said, "You're gone."
Yeah.
And you can't just never come back, Or you take too long to get the donuts for everybody. My boss has called him up and said, "Just keep going. Don't even come back."
Yeah.
It's like, guess what? He's also called people who take 2 days off in a row without letting him know, and just say, "Take the rest of the week off. You're not getting paid."
Yeah.
So it's, there's benefits to the union in the fact that unless you burn all the bridges, you're most likely going to have a job,
Yeah.
Whereas framing, non-union, you're not guaranteed. So there's pros to the union. There's also cons to the union. It's
It's like I have to pay money every month.
It's a love-hate relationship
for
basically.
union dues.
Right.
So
I don't.
Joe doesn't. But it's
Job security.
Job security. If I get laid off from a place, I mean, I only got laid off once, and that was from Gamma,
and
because it's not even my fault because they shut down. They laid everybody off.
And it's not I have good job security, but it's not. You know what I'm trying to say. It's not a given.
Yeah, but like you could say your company could fold,
Right.
And you don't have that somebody out there who you don't have a union rep like I do who'd be like, hey, I'll see if I can get you another job.
Right.
You're fucked.
Right.
Sorry to swear, but it's
you're SOL.
Yeah.
Which it's this union is like a give and take thing. And so.
But your first day on the job site, people are nice to you for the first 2 minutes of the day.
Yeah, they meet you, say hi, good morning, yada yada yada.
And then after that,
once you get working, like, I don't care about you.
Yeah, and if you're not working fast enough, you get yelled at.
You get run over.
Because when you're a new guy, expect to do mostly the manual labor too. You're gonna get the crap jobs. That's what you're gonna do.
We're also lucky it's not 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago, because if you were slow, you get hammers thrown at you. You get stuff thrown at you.
Yeah.
I've heard stories where the guy was, he was drunk the day before, came in, he was laying on the wall. What they did was they put him on the wall and they nailed his shirt to the wall and stood the wall up. So he's hanging there like this on the wall, on the outside of the wall.
Jesus.
Not quite, but his legs were spread.
Oh.
We're not going to, but yeah.
Can't spread your legs?
Not with the toolbox next to me. But yeah,
I've heard stories of guys, of
right.
Argument. They go behind a dumpster and just beat the living crap out of each other.
Like I've had, and trades are dangerous too. I know this is against what I do, but wear the proper safety equipment because.
Well, see, Joe thinks. I feel like you think that I'm an OSHA safety boy.
No, but I know you know how I feel.
And you know how I feel. And I understand. If I'm on a 100-story building, I'm glad I have a harness.
No, that's.
But for him being on a 2-story building, it doesn't make no damn sense.
It's still hurt if you fall, but it's not gonna kill you.
No,
unless you land. Yeah. Do a swanton bomb off the top rope in the WWE match here.
Or you're climbing up the ladder.
No, but obviously harnesses, yes, okay. We're putting roofs on. I understand. They're a pain because we have 5 guys running back and forth all the time, and the ropes get caught up. It's just a pain. But I understand the point of it.
The biggest one that I think is that across the board, everything is safety glasses. That's the only thing.
Or get glasses that are safety rated.
Yeah, because like, I mean, I was born like this eye. Well, not technically born, 6 months after, but it's a whole
Close
different
enough,
story.
right?
So I don't know what it feels like to see out of two perfectly good eyes. You don't want to look like, you don't want to see what I see. So protect your eyes, protect your fingers.
Fingers, toes, you don't.
And don't be the guy. I'm sorry, because there'll be, not to interrupt you,
No,
because this happened in last week. He's like, "What are you wearing gloves for?" and all that stuff. I'm like, well, first off, I don't want to cut my hand off with a piece of glass. Second off, it's not it. Don't be it's all macho not to wear gloves. If you're dealing with a friggin' sharp piece of metal or sharp piece of glass, wear your damn gloves. Don't try to be macho, man. Like,
I mean, we got my boss and the guy I was talking about earlier that I've been working with. I've known my entire life. They both wear gloves, and it's just because it protects your hands.
yeah.
And see, I wear them in the winter. I don't necessarily wear them in the summer. Sometimes I do, depending on the day. That's just how I feel. I like to, because with all stuff, you gotta make sure they're lined up flush. I can't do that with gloves on. I'm losing feeling in the tips of my fingers from hitting them all the
Stop
time.
doing cocaine.
That's why I got long pinky nails so I can scoop it.
No, but yeah, dude, wear your personal protective stuff. Like,
and
gloves,
if anybody's above you, wear a hard hat, because I don't like to see people get hurt.
Yeah.
It's my personal preference. I don't always wear his stuff. But when you're with a lot of people that you don't know, wear your stuff.
It's like the one job site. I'm working on Buff State. And there's welders above me welding, and I'm trying to install a piece of glass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to wear my hard hat, because that one of those slivers of piece of metal could go right through my head.
Right. And just...
Or some idiot decides to throw a block off the roof or something.
Yeah. I wonder what happened. Okay, alright, there's the story. Okay, he said that, I gotta tell the story. The guy I work with, this guy is one of the most dangerous people I know, working with. So I'm holding a wall together for him so he can nail. And he goes to swing the hammer, misses the wall, slides out of his hand. Here comes the hammer flying at my face. I have to move, and the claw but hits me in the shoulder, which is not a hard hat thing, but whatever. Dangerous is the point. So I'm walking out the house to boom the people down out the fork, or the telehandler, and wham! I get hit in the head. I fall to the ground. I go like this to check what happened. I look at my arm. It's all the way down my shoulder. My shoulder's blood. And just the thing, hard hats. But freak things happen. We're usually one of the safest crews around. We pay attention to what we're doing. This kid is an idiot. So, he's dangerous. He doesn't look when he does stuff. Most of us, smart people, look out the window, then throw. He just... So, it's just freak accidents, but it's preventable.
I mean, it's like with my boss, he was wearing his gloves, and his hand slipped, and he chopped pretty much his thumb off. And what the doctors were saying, I was speaking to him last week, he said the glove kept it from completely tearing off. And these aren't like low grade,
Yeah, just go to the
cut
dollar
resistant,
store.
They're not like cut resistant, like 1 grade cut resistant, level 1. So they're going to stop a knife from like...
Right, it's not going to stop a saw.
Yeah, but most of these OSHA laws, there's a lot of OSHA laws that don't make sense to me, and they're just so stupid, like the 6-foot ladder one. But
Yeah, going off of that, if you're 6 feet, you have to tie off. That's their rule. So you're thinking, okay, so my height, anybody above my height would have to be harnessed to something. It's like not many people are gonna get hurt from falling from it, but whatever, it's a law.
yeah. But yeah, it's just wear your personal protective stuff. And did he signal the 15-minute mark? No, we're at it now. But yeah, running down to it, just expect to not be treated well. You got to earn respect, especially in the trades. Just work hard. If you make a mistake, don't try to cover up.
Just tell them.
Yeah, just
Hey,
tell
I
'em.
did this wrong.
You'll probably get yelled at, but it's better than them finding it later.
What I found out is owning up to your mistakes is better than hiding it and waiting for it later, because they'd rather fix it now than have to fix it when it's almost done.
Yes. And wear your personal protective, at least your gloves and eye protection.
And if you're working with idiots, wear a hard hat.
Yeah. But thank you for watching this episode of Whiskey and Cigars. Keep on smoking, and God bless America.
God bless America.